Hey, welcome. Ooh, got a treat for you on today. I'm super excited. For those that don't know me, my name is Connie Rivera, and I am absolutely committed in helping you create a financial future that you can live into, right? A financial future that expands, that creates, that grows with you, not a financial future where you're feeling stuck. My commitment is to help you create it. We get to make it up, right? It's all the way made up. And I have a guest today that recreated herself in such a way. And she did it over and over again. She's an entrepreneur. She's a mother. She worked with commercial insurance agencies that are in big commercials and have arenas. So she got that salary. And then she saw how she worked so hard for them and created all these policies and all this money for them. And now she decided to go independent for herself. And in a matter of, I don't know, like about 30 days, it was about five, 5 or 6 weeks, she was able to help a significant amount of families, about 13 families, and she made uh 5 figures, so a comma plus more numbers in it. So, I know she made, yeah, 5 figures. Yeah, it was, yeah. She made several $1,000s helping people in the process, brand new, starting absolutely fresh for herself, and committed to creating a financial future for herself, for her family, and for her beautiful daughter. So without any more hesitation, let me present to you Arlet Enriquez. Arlet,
Hey,
welcome.
hello.
I'm so,
Well, thank you. Thank you, Connie,
so
for having me today. Well, my name is
absolutely.
Arlet Enriquez. I'm from Texas. Thank you, Connie.
Yes, Arlet from Texas. Okay, is it true that everything is bigger and better in Texas, Arlet?
I think it is. Yeah.
I know Texas is like you gotta put your sleeves up and get to work. That's what I know about you.
Yes, I think that's very true, Connie. And I'm excited to be here. I'm so glad that you're doing this to help not just other families, but other agents. So thank you for having me today.
Absolutely, Arlet. We got the opportunity to meet. We met back in July. And we met because we are on the same independent um, brokerage platform. By trade, I am an insurance professional. I am a financial strategist. I have a producer's license in several states, in about 10 states, and growing, right? And you are also that. And one thing that I know about you is we met in July and you were ready to go. Like, okay, you show me what to do, I'm gonna do it. Just show me, we'll do it. Okay, teach me, I'll do it. Teach me, I'll learn. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And got on this platform, you partnered immediately with the person that brought you on board. And we ran a play. We ran a play. We're like, okay, Arlette, we're gonna give you the 30-20-10. And you're just like, what is that? Why would I do that? It's like, okay, Arlette, I'm going to show you. You give us 30 days. We're going to run these 20 appointments and we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you $10,000 ASAP. You ready? You're like, okay, let's go. And you did it. And you did it. Sin falta, without missing a beat at all. You were just like boom, 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 boom. So I was just so moved because a lot of times um, people have the desire, they see the benefits, but they don't have the action to move behind it, right? But you did, you moved, and I was just so moved and inspired. As a result, see the agency that we not the agency, but the organization that we work with is it's really not an organization per se, but it's a back office. So it's an independent back office that supports us in training, product training, carrier training, sales training, and they help us along the way so that we can achieve our business goals. So you wrapped it, Arlet. I mean, yeah, you got Rookie of the Year, you got MVP, you got all the awards at our last convention, and I'm so proud of you. So
Yeah.
I'm curious. I have so many questions, Arlet. What inspired you when you came in? You came in, right? You came in with guns blazing, okay, like Texans do, right? You came in, right? And what inspired you to work like that for your business, right? Like, what were you doing before? Like, how did you come to that space when we met you and we connected with you in July where you were ready to go?
So I think one of the things that it doesn't have to do with religion, but faith. I think a lot of the times we want to see it before we act on it. And to me, having faith is you already know it's going to happen. So whenever they told me about the challenge, the 30 20 10, and they showed me, I'm a lot of about systems. So they told me, if you start doing this, this, and that, this is going to happen. So I'm like, okay, so I just have to do it. Now everything depends on me and not everyone else. And so whenever they said, okay, so you're going to start setting up appointments. We're going to be teaching you how to run these appointments, learn about the products and everything. Then I just had to do it. And one of my big things is about helping other people. Throughout my life, there have been a lot of people that have helped me, and they have never come back to ask me to pay them back. So my way of paying back everything that I have received is helping other people. And for me, what we do is like helping other people, giving information that they don't know was available to them. So to me, it's like helping people, and that it's kind of like a way of me giving back everything that has been given to me, but also just feels so good to be able to help someone else, because we never know when we're going to make that difference in someone else's life. And whenever I was introduced to our back office, it was amazing that there's already a system on how to do everything, all the training that we have, and how everything you just like, I love our back office because I can go step by step and I'll be able to find everything on there. And I did that. I went to our back office. I was going step by step, and it was just amazing how everything is already there for us. So it was. I can't say that it was hard. It was really simple. Now, whenever you feel that afraid or scared, I feel like that's when we need to act. So whenever we're about to call someone and you feel like, oh, should I just send them a text or should I wait? That tells me that's the right moment to go ahead and make that call. So that's, I mean, it's just, that's how I started. And that's, I mean, having the faith that I know is going to happen, because it's just having that faith.
That is so good. I love that, Artlet. It's like the faith in yourself. It's like, okay, tell me what to do, and I have the faith in myself that I'll get this done. And then we showed you the steps, right? Like your business partner showed you the steps. It's like, okay, this, okay, now make this call, now make this call. And then now that you've done that, right, for over 30 days, now you have the structure and you can do it yourself.
That's right. I can do it myself, and I can basically show that to other people on how they can do it as well. Because getting that self confidence is once we know how to do something, and until then, we're not going to have that confidence. It's kind of like we can't wait to go to the gym until we're fit. I mean, we have to go to the gym to be there. So same thing here, like you have to practice it, and it's not like you're going to do it one time. You're going to do it multiple times, and the first few times is just not going to be the perfect way. And I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. We're just getting better and better and better because we continue to grow and learn new things.
Absolutely. So I touched a little bit on because you worked on the corporate level for a major insurance agency, like a major big corporate, big place. And you worked corporately, so you got a salary. And did you get commissions also, or just a salary?
And mostly was just the salary, unless like there was like a promotion, like if you get so many, then you get a bonus. But mostly was just salary. And at that time, I mean, I didn't know any better, so I thought it was good. Like it's good what I'm getting right now. But once, and that's what keeps us growing, like getting to explore new opportunities and see what's out there for us to do. And but yeah, basically I was salary.
So so what had you make the leap from a salary to doing it yourself? And the second part of my question is, now that you see the commission structure difference, what would you tell other people that might be in that same position?
Yeah. So I feel like being an employee is great for those that they just like to go and do what you're told to do. But for the rest of the people that actually like to explore and do more and like push themselves and always working towards new things, for those, like being an independent agent is great. Um, Whenever it comes to the money, I mean, yes, as an independent agent, I've been making more than when I was an employee. Taking into consideration that it's like it's on your part of how much you're going to make. Whenever you're an employee, you go, they pay your monthly or biweekly. But that's one thing that I never liked to do the minimum. That was just not me. I always wanted to do more and bring the best quality of service to my clients and also the best products to my clients, and be able to have more than one option, especially if that one option that I had was not the best fit for them. So I think being an independent agent, it also opens up the opportunity to help more people in different ways and have more options and not just one fits all, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. So what sold you on doing it? Like, what sold you on you being able to
Okay.
do it? Like, where did you get that confidence? Like the audacity, right? Because when you get into those places and you're working and you're getting that paycheck, it's it's like almost like, oh, I can't do this myself. Oh, and you get like, like, oh, I can only work a salary. But what separated you from that space?
And one was like getting that confidence in myself. And my husband, right, he doesn't even know this, but he would always tell me like, you can do it. Like people are still calling you. Like I said, I was in banking for 6 years, and even though I wasn't working at the bank anymore, I still had people calling me asking me questions. And so my husband was like they already know you, like they trust you, you explain everything so well, like you can do it. So I guess through seeing like that, through someone else's eyes, that they were like, oh yeah, probably that is me. So getting that confidence of actually trying it by myself. And then also like working as an employee, you get the benefits of having a set salary, but then also you're limited on how much time you can take off. I have two kids. I have an 11-year-old and a 3-year-old. And so whenever I was with my first son, I was working and I only had 2 weeks vacation. And I mean, 2 weeks for 365 days is not enough. Like, it's not enough time. And I'm one of the moms that wanted to be there for my son if there was like a field trip, if he was sick, like I didn't want to just take him out of school and leave him with my mom. So for me, that was important. And then whenever I wanted to take off whenever I wanted to take time off, I wanted to like actually make sure that that was the best time because I only had 2 weeks. So for me, it was important to have a good, like where my schedule was flexible, or if I needed to change an appointment, or if I wanted to take my son to his sports, like I can be there and not just send someone else. I'm very thankful that I have my sisters and my mom that they help me with him. But it's like, why do I have to do this? I mean, I always wish I would say to myself, like, please show me there is a better way for me to do this. Like, I want to be there for my son. I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better person. And I guess through asking, like whenever we ask, we get the things, you know? And so I think for me, it was like the time, getting just more confidence in myself, and willing to help other people and to actually be able to have like the ability to help more people. And I live in a small community. It's a very small town, but this is what makes us like a great community. Like I go out to the store and like I can, whenever I go in, if there is like 10 people in there, I probably know half of them. So it's like I live in a small community, and it's great to be able to help our community as well.
That is so beautiful. And especially the part where you're helping the community. I know for you, it was really important to have life insurance and to protect yourself. I know earlier in a conversation that we had, you told me that you believed in life insurance. And when you were 18, you bought your first policy and you paid for it yourself at 18. Tell me about that. Like what made you do that?
You know, to me, life insurance, I didn't even know what it was when it was offered to me the first time. I just went in there to the office to do something for my autos. And I'm so grateful that her name is Christina. She said, "Hey, do you already have life insurance?" I was like, "No, what's that?" And she said, "Well, if something happens to you, then this." And she was a receptionist, so she didn't have a lot of information, but she just said, "If something happens to you, then this will be paid out to your family." And at that moment, I said, "Yes, like I want it." Like she didn't explain the different options or anything. I just said, "Yes, I want it." Because whenever I was 3, my dad passed away, and he didn't have life insurance. I mean, we were in Mexico, but I think life insurance is in general in any country, right? And so my mom had to work. And I would always whenever I would go to school, like my friends, their moms will come over, have lunch with them. But my mom, I mean, she was working, so she couldn't be there. But if we would have had life insurance, then everything would have changed. And then years later, my brother passed away. We didn't have life insurance for him either. And I think money doesn't, it's not everything, but it 100% makes a difference, on how we can make even better choices. So having the life insurance, it gives the protection to the family. And also, I mean, it secures the future of your family. So that's how I view life insurance when I was 18. Like, yes, if anything happens to me, I want this to be given to my family so they don't have to worry about how we're going to pay for their funeral. So that was the main thing whenever I got into life insurance, just because I had my brother and my dad that passed away, and we didn't have anything in place for them.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And that's just truly a testament of how you take care of your clients and your customers. Because I've seen you. I can personally say I've been on some of the Zoom meetings that you've had with your clients, and then, everything will be presented, or you'll have someone that's kind of training you on it, and they'll share like the whole process, and then they'll be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Arlet, what do you think? Do you think I should do this, Arlet? Do you think this is right for my family? And it's like, well, if that's the goal, if you want to create that, is that enough? Do I need more, Arlet? And I have been there, and it's just like, well, it's going to take this much because we've done the numbers. It's going to take this much, the cost of inflation. And then they're just like, yeah, we're going to do a little bit more. I think that would be better for us because, Arlet thinks that absolutely. And it's that part is just so beautiful to me. And especially like, and not only on top of that, your commitment to really help the Latino community, right? You're in Texas. You help the majority of your clients are of Mexican descent, and some of them are, I mean, some of them have the social securities numbers, some of them don't. I mean, of course, they're all supposed to be here. Like, of course, like it's not even that, like everything is good, but it's like just helping with that process, because there is a natural fear factor, right? As a Latino community, it's like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, is this okay to do this? And it's just like, you give them the confidence of like, yes, this, you can do this, you can protect your family. And you work with those carriers that support your clients so that you can fully and honestly, according to the letter, support them. I love that. And I love how you're creating a transition and bridging, like making that bridge to financial literacy in the Latino community. I love
Yes,
that.
yes,
And
it's great. Oh, sorry.
yeah, I see that you do that on social media a lot too.
Yes, I think a lot of us Latinos, we come to this country and we come here straight, just work, work, work. And we don't see a way of when is this going to end. I mean, if we ever, I don't think the Latinos think about retirement, honestly. Like they just think about working, working, working. But then what's going to happen whenever you can't work anymore? What's going to happen whenever you're at a age where you're not able to do what you've been doing all these years? And so bringing that knowledge to them that there is something for them, that they can retire as they're making contributions throughout their life with their hard work earn money. Because I mean, we're a very hardworking people in the Latino community, and they just don't know about all these options that are available for them. So for me to be able to say, hey, you can retire, this is how it works, this is how this can work for you and your kids, it's like opening their eyes to new opportunities. And it's like you're I feel so special that I have that opportunity to offer to other people. And that if I and that's why like social media is like every day, even though I don't feel like posting something, because there are going to be days where you just don't feel like posting anything because you just want to stay home and not do anything. But I feel responsible to do it because I know there is other people watching me. I know there is other people that maybe they're waiting for something like this to come up. So it's like I'm responsible for doing that, and that comes like with social media, like how you're going to impact other people. Are you just going to be posting like jokes and negative things, or can you support your community, open it, having them open their Facebook and see an opportunity for them that can change their life? Because I think what we do can change other people's life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Arlet. I thank you for all the work that you've done in the Latino community and just really educating and sharing and I thank you for being authentic and sharing your life authentically without reserve, right? Because I see that on your social media as well. And I know that you have a gift for the audience, and inside the audience is people that are looking to get their financial strategies, their questions answered. And I also, in here, we also have other licensed life insurance agents that have that license, right? That are looking for a way that they can impact their community freely and independently, right? Maybe they didn't know that there was an option where they can help people independently without having to always be, if my upline gives me permission, right? So thank you for having the courage to share that. And I know above everything with what you shared with me today, you're a mother first, like you're a wife first, you're a family member first, you're a community member first, and you're bringing this all back to the community. With that being said, I'm curious, right? What do you want to be known for in your community?
I want to be known for like the person that's willing to help others without seeing like the money sign first. Because I have learned that whenever we just focus on the other person, the money is going to keep coming. So I want to be known for that person that's willing to help. And that's why on my social media, anything that I do, I always say, if you have any questions, give me a call. It's free. Like I don't charge just to give you back what I know. So I want to be known for that person that's willing to help others. Yeah.
Thank you. What's one piece of advice that you would give other employees that have this license and that are sitting in a customer service role, and maybe they're getting that salary, right? And it seems really great and it's stable for them, but then they're rushing home, barely cooking meals, bringing McDonald's home to the kids because they can't really be there for the kids, or they're not even making it to those pivotal life-changing events for their kids, or they can't be there for their parents that are aging, right? Because they have to be at work. So what would you tell those that have this license already, right? And how you're doing this part-time. You're doing this part-time and making full-time. You're making full-time money working part-time, right? What would you tell
That's
them?
right.
What would you tell them?
You know, it's so funny that you asked this question, Connie, because just this morning I posted a picture of my daughter. We were on our way to take our son to school. And I said, I'm so thankful of what I went through. And because that's how it helped me be the person that I am today. Whenever I was working like the 8 to 5, I was always in the mornings, I was always mad. I was always late for everything, trying to finish my makeup in the car. Like if the cars were going fast, like I was mad. Why? Because I needed to be there, but then at the same time, I was not 100% happy with how that was, I guess, how that was set up for me or how that was happening to me. And so this morning I posted this picture because I have the time to actually like be there with my kids, take him to school, which before like I was always like struggling to get everything ready. And one time I was talking to one of the moms. I said, how is it going for you? It's like, oh, you know, in the mornings it's always so stressful because like I had to get the kids to school. And it's like, and she asked like, how's it going for you? I'm like, I wanted to say it's going great because I don't have the 8 to 5. And I'm always the person that is looking like, how is it going to be in the future? How do you see yourself? Like, do you see yourself working there whenever you're 50? Like, do you want to retire from doing that? Like for working for someone else? And even though, like I said, having the money is not everything, but it's always going to help. But what if you can do that on your own? Take that faith. Again, there is faith that it's going to work for you. If there is already a lot of it that is working for a lot of us, it's going to work for you. You just have to trust in yourself and have that faith that's going to happen. I think that's the number one, have the faith that's going to happen. It doesn't matter what religion you are, but if you have the faith that something is going to happen, then you just start going towards that dream of yours. Like, do you want to be there for your kids? I like to volunteer at the schools. Like, I was always the mom that was there. My son even asked me, like, why are you always there? None of the other parents. I'm like, because I want to be there with you. But it's like those things, they get noticed. Like, I was like this at the school. They know me because I'm there. And it's not for me, but it's like for my kids because that's what they're going to remember. I remember that my mom was not always there for me. My son is going to remember that I can be there for him. So I guess it's just taking that faith and then knowing that it's going to happen for you as well. You already have the knowledge. You already have your license. You're just going to basically move to a better place for you and your family. And it's just, it's just taking that, that first step. And whenever it feels like, you're feels scary, I feel like that's a way of telling me a sign that yes, this is the right way to go. Because being an employee, it's always going to be more comfortable. Maybe we're not happy, but it's the comfort zone. Like, oh yeah, I'll just come to work and do the minimum, right? But if you're not happy, if you don't have the time, not just during the day, but like I said, also the vacation. I mean, why not just give it a try? If you already have the knowledge, already have the license, to just try something different. So it's like just, I mean, if it's already working for someone else, it's going to work for you as well.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. What are three pieces of advice that you would give an aspiring financial strategist? Like they want to help the people, right? They want to send that message, but they don't know where to get started. And I mean, you've just come on board these last 5 months and you're doing it. Based on your last 5 months, what are three things that you would tell them? Three pieces of advice.
You know, always ask questions. And so one, ask questions. And when something doesn't feel right, it's telling you something. So I was introduced to an MLM kind of financial agency, and it's just something didn't feel right, so I didn't continue with that. So it has to feel right with what you believe in. So make sure that it feels right for you, and make sure that the primary focus is not for their benefit, but it's the benefit for the client. Like if your focus is for the client, like it has to be for the client. So always ask questions. Make sure that you look for the best. How do you say, like, not to have another boss that is going to be telling you what to do, or like it's actually going to be your business. And then basically make sure that what you're doing, it goes along with what you believe in. I think those are the three things.
That's beautiful. Thank you. My last question, Arlet. My last question. I know you are a wife, you're a mother, you're a sister, you're a daughter, you're there for your mom, and you're there for your kids. What do you want your kids to know about you? What do you want your kids to remember you for?
You know, I always tell my son, I mean, he's already 11, so he understands everything. And I always tell him, like, don't let like anyone tell you that you can't do something, because they're speaking for themselves. So I want them to know that everything that I'm doing, it's for them, and it's not just because like have more money, but actually, like, if I'm not doing what I like, I'm not going to be able to be happy with them at home. So I like to work because this gives me like the opportunity to help other people. Yes, does it take time away from them? Because like if I'm working, yes, but I don't want to be frustrated and be with them. If that makes, like, I don't know if I'm making sense what I'm saying, but basically I want them to know that sometimes what's best for them might not be the best for other people, but as long as they're happy with what they're doing, to just keep doing it. And that's what I try to do every day. And that's what I explained to my son. Like whenever we had our convention, I told my son, I said, okay, I'm gonna go for 3 days, but I know I'm not gonna be here for this 3 days, but I'm doing this because this is what's gonna make me be a better person for you and for our family in general.
That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I absolutely see that as like a space of love. Like mommy loves you and mommy's taking care of herself and taking care of the family at the same time. And sometimes it might not be what you want it to be. And mommy's going to make sure to do it the best way that we can, that you know that I'm happy and that we're happy. I love that. I absolutely love that. Arlette, thank you so much. I really acknowledge you for your tenacity. You're like Oh my goodness. I mean, tenacious Arlette, right? So your tenacity and your unwillingness, like you're absolutely not willing to compromise when it comes to your dreams and your goals and your family. And I also acknowledge you and thank you because you inspire me to want to go to the next level. You inspire me to do it scared, right? To do like, it's like when you get that gut feeling and it feels scary, that means do it. Absolutely. It's like, okay, what's that? Do that, do that. No, to do that. So thank you. Thank you for that. And your willingness to go into areas and to just try new things. I love that about you and I acknowledge you for that. So thank you so much. I want to invite you again, and I would love to do an interview similar to this in Spanish.
Yes.
So that we can really get into the conversation and have the conversation to share it with our Spanish community, and share the hope that you can absolutely take care of your family and you can create retirement structures and you can create life insurance. You can create a different future for your family. I want to do that in Spanish. So I'm definitely going to invite you again, and we're going to do this in Spanish another time. So 2025, everybody look for that. We're going to do it in Spanish. Woo!
Yes, yes. Well, that's great. Yes, thank you, Connie, for having me today. Whenever I was in school, I was always scared to be in front of the classroom because English is my second language, and so I came to this country because my brother passed away. So I thought, oh, just a few months, and we're gonna go back. So that was my thinking, and here we are, 20 years later, and I'm still here, and I I was so scared before to be in front of people, but like I said, because I always had people that were pushing me to do my best, is that I was able to be the person that I am today. And I'm so glad and so happy to be able to share this with you, and everyone else that's going to be watching us. And I'm looking forward to do it in Spanish as well, because I mean, there are a lot of opportunities for even for like agents that want to become agents, that they can do it, even though their English is not their first language. So yes, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Connie.
Absolutely. Final thoughts. What's your social media where we can connect with you?
Okay, so for everything, I use my name. So if you search for Arlet Enriquez, you're going to be able to find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Arlet with one T.
Yes, Arlet with one T. That's right.
Thank you so much, Arlet. This is going to be fantastic. We're going to have a great time. All right, I'm going to make sure to put that in the description as well, so you have that information. Thank you again, Arlet.
Yes, thank you.